Hi guys, how are you all? Today I wanted to talk about the 10 things I wish I knew about breastfeeding as a first-time mom. There's so much information to share, but I just wanted to talk about the basic things about breastfeeding that I wish I knew as a first-time mom. Number one, newborns cry for a lot of different reasons. It's not always because they're hungry. So you see, when babies are born into the world, it's a big change for them. They're now no longer in the warm, cozy body of their mothers. They're no longer being held, and that's scary. The lights are too bright, the sounds are too loud, and they're used to being carried inside the body with changes when they come out of their mother's womb. So it's a huge transition. And that is why a lot of things could be contributing to their fussiness. It could be that they need a diaper change, they need to be held, or maybe they're gassy, they need to be burped. It's not always because they're hungry. And if someone tells you that the baby is crying because they're hungry, it's wrong. It could be one of the reasons, but it's not always the only reason. Number two, babies have witching hours every day. So these are the hours in a day that they are inconsolable, and no matter what you do, babies don't calm down. And there is no solution to it. It doesn't mean that you're not making enough milk for them. It's just a period of fussiness. It usually happens in the evening, and it's just the way it has to be. You just have to try different things to make sure that they are comfortable and just go with it. Okay, number three, breastfeeding is a demand and supply system. So the more the baby feeds, the more milk that your body will make. And whoever tells you that you need to limit the number of feeds that you give in a day, they're wrong. You have to feed the baby whenever they demand milk. Number four, cluster feeding is completely normal in the first few months of life. It helps build milk supply. So what is cluster feeding? It is a period of time when your baby wants to feed non-stop. It may seem that they are latched for hours. It could go on for 3, 4, 5 hours. They might get hungry after every half an hour, and it seems like you're feeding them non-stop. So it's completely normal. It helps build your milk supply. Number five, and it's actually an important one, you're not supposed to pump during the first 6 weeks of baby's life because it could lead to oversupply, and it could lead to a number of issues in the baby, including reflux, gassiness, oversupply issues, and can also lead to mastitis, which is very painful. So avoid pumping in the first 6 weeks. Number six, how to tell if you're making enough milk for the baby. It is a popular question by moms. New moms are always worried if they're making enough milk for the baby. So if you want to check if your supply is adequate, what you need to measure is wet diapers, and you can tell through baby's weight gain. This brings me to point number 7, things that don't indicate supply. Fussy baby, cranky baby, or prolonged feeding periods, frequent feeding, frequent latching and sucking. So it does not indicate supply. The only things that indicate supply are wet diapers and weight gain. Okay, someone else also wanted to be in the video, and I will continue with point number 8. You should never time baby on the breast. Let them feed as much as they want, because new moms, they often read on the internet that babies should feed for 15 minutes on each side. That's not true. You should let them feed for as long as they want, because it helps build your milk supply. Okay, so point number 9 is that if the baby is latching properly, it should not hurt. I repeat again, if they're latching properly, it should not hurt, because if it's hurting, it can lead to cracked nipples, sore nipples, and it can also lead to bleeding. There are tons of videos online that show you how you can latch your baby on the breast. I will share the links to a few in my stories. Rest aside, if the latch is painful, you can break it by wedging your pinky between their gums, and it will break the latch. Okay, and the last point is that staying hydrated helps increase your milk supply, and it helps you produce more milk. So many times new moms wonder what they can include in their diet to boost up their milk supply so that the baby is getting enough nutrition. There are a couple of things including fenugreek and lactation teas, but the most important of all of these is drinking enough water, because the more water you drink, the more milk your body is going to make. Okay, so that's it about all the tips about breastfeeding that I wish I knew as a first-time mom. On that note, I also want to add that no matter which mode of feeding that you choose, it doesn't make you a bad mom. Do whatever is good for your mental and physical well-being. But I would also add that breastfeeding is better in the long term because it's more convenient. You don't have to prepare bottles. You don't have to warm bottles at 3 a.m. in the night. You can simply latch your baby and feed them. It's also super convenient for traveling. You don't have to wash bottles or sterilize them. And breast milk contains a lot of antibodies, which helps build their immune system. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something from it. If you have any questions, you can message me anytime and I would be more than happy to answer your queries. And until then, see you. Bye-bye. Sam, bye. Bye. See you. Bye.